Hello everybody, it's JQ Crafty and we are here with another Tuesdays in the Attic. We are doing, and once again, I apologize, I know I said I was going to do older photos, I lied. Like I said, I also have things I just need to get done. So, there's still, everybody says glitter's the herpes of the craft world. Honestly, embossing powder is. Because it literally sticks to everything and it doesn't go away. Thanks to Sandy at Steak Goddess, I found that Swiffers definitely help because of the static cling. But man, I did that like 4 days ago and still finding some. Okay. This sketch, I thought about kind of changing it up and not doing it exact, but then I remembered I made a page that was very kind of artsy-fartsy for all these pictures, and I still have all of these left. And then when I saw that sketch, the sketch for this week, I was like, oh, well, that's actually kind of perfect. That's how many photos I have. The larger photo, I'm just going to have 2 photos stacked on top of each other. So this is going to be 10 photos on one layout, so we're gonna get a lot of photos in. So yeah, and this is from 2019, so not super old. And I thought because he's running around in our yard playing with bubbles and I have some beautiful pictures of my irises, why not use Cocoa Vanilla, right? So let's get started. All right, handy dandy sketches up in the corner and away we go. Now I actually do not veer from this sketch very much this time. I actually stick to it quite closely, except for I do flip it a little bit. Just mirror image it, if you will, on the horizontal. Just because of how my photos are and where they end up needing to be facing. I am definitely someone I don't like, depending on, there's certain times when I will have a photo like somebody looking off of a page because it depends on honestly what the feeling is or whatever. I've done it before. But usually if someone's facing a specific way, it's going to be into the page. So I picked out the really pretty like watery colored background. I hadn't used it yet. Really loved it. I used the other side actually partially for another layout, and then I'm actually going to use the rest of that. So technically then this paper is gone in my little collection of this collection because I've used up both sides of it. But I'm trimming all my photos down to, I believe, 2.5 by 2.5. And that is actually what it says in the sketch as well. It's like the perfect size. They line up really nicely. I'm just trimming them all down. And then I'm going to back all of them with the paper that is on the back side of this watercolor paper, which is just a white with like a kind of a skewed polka dot. It's not perfect polka dot. It's just kind of a random, it almost looks like splatters in a way. Controlled splatters. But yeah, so a white with black dots paper. Yeah, I'm going to mat all the photos on that. And then I'm also going to trim a banner out of that paper. There's a lot of trimming. And surprisingly, everything was pretty square. Some of my photo mats seemed a little skew after a while, and I think if I know with this trimmer, like if I don't push perfectly with the right amount of pressure, it very easily does not actually butt up to the top of the trimmer properly. I just want it to be easy to make things straight, not hard. All right, so I'm getting all those there. I cut a banner, and then the first time I played with this collection, I was very sad. It didn't want to cut into the wood grain that came with the collection, so I had grabbed one of the wood grains I have. I love getting is it like Color Snap or Color Stories or something from Simple Stories? I love, or Snap Basics or Color Basics. color vibes, maybe. It's one of the 5 things I just said. And I think every season or every collection they call it something different. But there's like a pack of, they just have wood grain, and then the back side is like a ledger or a notebook paper. I love that paper. It's my favorite. It's so nice to be able to just have some wood grain on hand. I like to use wood grain a lot. So I brought that in. So I cut that into a banner. And then I have a big chunk of this dark blue feather paper left over. And I decided to mat these 2 photos and make them kind of the star. Honestly, no reason why. The one of him standing there, obviously, because it's like him front and center. And then the other one's kind of an action shot of him doing bubbles. So that's the only reason for that. But yeah, just trimming all the matting on that blue. I decided to do the blue because I wanted to bring out some of the blue in the paper, in the watercolor paper, and then that ultimately helps me decide that I'm gonna do some stamping because my background needs something. I know this is really pretty watercolor paper, but I just need something. And I've had these awesome grunge stamps that I got from Redefined Creative sitting next to me for weeks now, and every time I look over there I tend to grab something and use them, and I really like that. My goal is to just kind of do stamping more and add stamping into things, and I really like that I'm doing that. So I grabbed these 3 bubbles. There's actually 4 on the stamp set, but I grabbed 3, and I'm using Chipped Sapphire and Distress Oxide, and I'm just gonna stamp little clusters of bubbles, and they're just like this distressed bubble. And now I probably could have like watered them a little bit, like misted them or something, made them look more watercolory, but I like the distressed look that they give and how they kind of pop off the page. So I'm going to do kind of a randomized placing of them along the bottom, and then put the photos down, and you see me get my T-square ruler out. Rarely do I do that because even when I use the T-square ruler I get things crooked. But it helped me this time somehow. I'm not sure. And then I'm going to flip it over and do the same thing to the top. And then kind of put a few a little bit lower so that they're going to be peeking out. I kind of wish I had another couple stamped. I'm looking at the finished layout. A couple stamped to the left of the photos. But so as you can see, because one of the photos that I'm using as my larger photo area is facing to the right. So I want that on the left side of my page so that it's facing into the page. It just is a little bit better for the eye and kind of grounds it instead of going where they're just looking off to the page. And then your eye kind of follows off the page. So that's the part that I mirrored. I just flipped that. And I really like the way the bubbles turned out. I really, really like it. I'm gonna hurry up and get that down, and then I'm going to get my photos, and I realized, oh yeah, I had the other one over there for a reason, because it has a lot of kind of blank space on the photo, because my 2 photos that are taking the place of the bigger photo is taller than what it should be. So I had to switch those around. Yep, but pop that up on foam, just the photos, and then I'm gonna glue that down here in a minute. I'm gonna go through kind of the stickers, and if I'm trying to figure out what to put there, I wanted to put a house for a second. I have a hard time using houses for some reason. I'm not sure why. I do have a bunch of photos of us like dealing with the house. For some reason I can't. Using little houses just doesn't. We're at home, so it should work. I thought about it, but I think too there is a blue house, and if I would have pulled that one out, that might have worked. But going through the titles, figured I might as well use what's there, and I like the little moments, but then when I was looking at the sticker sheet, I see the stickers are and my favorite, so I just figured little moments are my favorite would be a good, or my favorite things would be a good title. So I'm putting that down, and then I will eventually also go look at the stickers as well and find a tag that I like to put up there, so at least there's the tag element as well. There's only 1 in mine. There are technically 2 layered up in the sketch, but details, right? And so yeah, I'm going to do that and get some twine and put it through it. And then I'm going to draw some lines over there on the right-hand side, kind of that little blank space of the page, and do some journaling. So there you have it. Oh, and sprinkle some other ephemera around and stickers here and there. So I'm going to put some lovely music on for you guys, and you can watch the fiddling part of things. But that's all I got for you. I really like this sketch. This sketch is super fun, and you could do it with pictures or pattern paper. There's a million different ways you could change it up so it's not squares. It's a good sketch. It's a really good sketch, and what a great way to put a lot of photos on one page. But thanks again for watching, you guys. Subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure you have the notification bell on. I cannot talk today. Make sure you have the notification bell on so you know when I upload a video, but you know you can find me back here every Tuesday for Tuesdays in the Attic, and then Fridays for Product Focus Fridays. But more stuff coming up this month, and I will talk to you later. Bye. Okay, not bye. First, I'm going to apologize for the glare. I possibly will have that fixed soon. I'm hoping before the end of February that will be fixed. I have some things on the way to help my recording look so much more beautiful. All right, stay tuned again, you guys. Thanks again. Give it a thumbs up if you like it. I love the comments. We'll talk to you later.